Welcome to the first lecture of Mathematical Methods, Quantity Techniques for Decision Making or Operations Research. This is Engineer Carl Gallardo and this is our first lecture, Introduction to Operations Research and Review on Inequalities. By the end of the discussion, you should be able to define basic economics terminologies applicable to the course, graph linear inequalities on the Cartesian plane, determine the solution set of linear inequalities, translating inequality statements to inequalities, formulate a mathematical model. Let us talk about operations research first. Ano ba to? Operations research is a field of let's have a cursor here. Is a field of management science and industrial engineering that is an analytical method of problem solving and decision making. Let's put an emphasis on that. Problem solving, decision making, that is useful for business and management. This is usually called the quantitative business decision-making techniques or mathematical methods for non-engineering degree programs. Take a look at the word cloud that I got online. These are the words that may come into mind when you study operations research. Efficiency, computational complexity, networks, fast, polytopes, discrete, randomization, all of those. Ever since the ancient times, the ancient people knew what they needed for them to survive. Ancient Mesopotamians formed the civilization situated in Tigris and Euphrates rivers that are now situated in modern-day Iraq. Okay, as you all know, the ancient Mesopotamians were the first ever recorded people who formed a civilization. Question: why did they choose to live near a river? Okay, eto guys, pinag-aralan na natin to sa sociology, araling panlipunan, no? They chose to live near a river kasi, syempre, yung river may kabuhayan dyan, the fish, and other livelihood they can get there. Also, yung may inom na tubig. The ancient people knew and learned how to build strong roads, form a government with laws, and establish a writing system and other feats that shaped the modern world. Natutunan nila yon. They learned how to establish an entire community, an entire civilization, simply because they needed to survive. They needed to continue their line. They needed to have their race, the continuation of their race. However, despite the human flourishing in the society and early developments, the ancient people had to wage wars which caused either downfall or victory. Question: why did they choose or why did they have to wage wars? The answer is simply because merong mga supply or merong mga pangangailangan sila. There are basic essential or basic needs that their land could not supply or they could not cater. Fast forward to the World War II, a small group of scientists in Britain were the first to practice operational research. Their job was to make maximum use of the small amount of radar equipment available. Before, yung field na operations research, ang tawag operational research. Okay, the objective of operational research was to utilize the use of something that is really small. Kumbaga pagkakasyahin nila. Given na merong something na limited lang, they are trying to find the right utilization, right maximization, right optimization that will be beneficial to all of them. Ano lang yan, halimbawa, meron kang 100 pesos. Pagkakasyahin mo yan, food, fare, and other expenses. Ganun lang. Let us recall some of the most important economic terminologies. Supply. Supply is the total amount of a specific good or service that is available to consumers. Demand. An economic principle referring to a consumer's desire to purchase goods and services and willingness to pay a price for a specific good or service. Okay. Always remember the law of supply and the law of demand. Kapag mababa yung supply, mataas ang demand. Siyempre, magkakaubusan. Baliktad, kapag naman mataas ang supply, magkakaroon ng oversaturation, pwedeng bumaba ang demand. Scarcity. Scarcity occurs when the demand for a good or service is greater than the availability. So, ito, yung sinasabi natin na yung demand ay mas mataas. So, definitely, mababa yung supply. Kakaubusan. Nangyayari yung scarcity, depende sa situation. Pag nag-hoard ang mga tao, kapag may tragedy, kagaya ng lindol or halimbawa yung COVID way back 2020, we had a hoarding of grocery items during the lockdown, before the lockdown. Next, the antonym of scarcity is surplus. Surplus is the amount of an asset or resource that exceeds the portion that's actively utilized. Goods that are surplus often get wasted if perishable. The demand is low. Just like what I got here from ABS-CBN, the picture on the left. So, pwede nating magamit yung operations research para maiwasan yung mga ganitong klaseng problem. So, either scarcity or surplus, both ang goal natin ay ma-optimize yung gamit at walang masayang. Now that we're already done with the introduction to operations research, let us now review on inequalities from algebra. An inequality is a mathematical sentence that relates values that are not equal. Always remember, whenever we have an equation, let's say y is equal to 3x, this means that y is equal to 3x. Both sides are equal. However, for inequality, on the contrary, we are trying to relate or we are relating values that are not equal. Number 1, 5 is greater than 3. Number 2, 98 is less than 100. We are using these symbols. Number 3, x is greater than or equal to 13. Or in other words, x is at least 13. Always remember this one. Number 4, y is less than or equal to 2. Okay, other interpretation for this would be y is at most 2. So, meaning to say that is the maximum value that y can have. So, this one, for number 3, minimum. Kapag sinabi natin at least, minimum yon. And then, yung isa naman, less than maximum. Trichotomy property of real numbers. If two numbers A and B are chosen at random, then exactly one of the following statements is true. A is less than B, A is equal to B, or A is greater than B. Halimbawa, bumunot ka ng dalawang numbers, 7 at saka, let's say, 100. Isa lang yung pwede nating mailagay dito sa gitna. So, in this case, it's less than. Next, we have the properties of inequalities. For real numbers A, B, and C, where C is not equal to 0, we have the following properties. Take note that these properties also hold for greater than, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to. Okay. For the transitive property, if A is less than B and B is less than C, then A is less than C. So, suppose that we have here 3. Okay. A is equal to 3. Okay, let's have an example, particular example. 4 and 5, and then C is equal to 6. Okay, according to the transitive property, it is true that 4 is less than 5. Okay? Then 5 is less than 6. So this implies that 4 is less than 6. Number 2, addition property. If A is less than B, then A plus C is less than B plus C. So let's use the same example. If 4 is less than 5, so this implies that 4 plus 6 is less than 5 plus 6. So we're using the same values of A, B, and C, okay? So tama ba? 10 is less than 11. This is true. Third, multiplication property. If A is less than B, then A times C is less than B times C. This one is similar to the addition property. No? Kung magdadagdag tayo ng same number sa both sides ng inequality, the inequality symbol will still be the same. Hindi magagalaw yung overall relationship ng left and right doon. Okay, here naman sa number 3, 4 is less than 5 implies that 4 times 6 is less than 5 times 6. So 24 is less than 30. So this is correct. Fourth, additive inverse. If A is greater than B, then negative A is less than negative B. For number 3, let us emphasize it here. C is greater than 0, or C is a positive number. However, when we multiply both sides by a negative number, then the sign will reverse. Okay, let's have the same example. Okay, let's use color blue here. If 4 is, in this case, baliktarin natin para makita natin yung example. So, if A is less than B, then negative A is greater than negative B. So, para magamit natin yung same example. Okay, we have here, if 4 is less than 5, then it implies that, let's say, gawin natin negative yung both sides ng inequality. That means that negative 4 is greater than negative 5. So, that is correct. Mag-reverse yung direction. For the multiplicative inverse, okay, if A, ito same lang din naman, if A is less than B, same lang din yan dito. Kaya lang, pagdating dito, 1 over A will be greater than 1 over B. Okay, let's try. If 4 is less than 5, then it implies that 1 over 4 is greater than 1 over 5. So, this is correct because 1 over 4 is 0.25 and then 1 over 5 is just 0.2. Okay? Always remember these properties of inequalities. Next, let's have the review. Graphing one variable inequality along the real number line R. Okay, x is greater than negative 3. So, let us locate the negative 3 first. From the origin, 1, 2, 3. That is 3 units to the left. Okay, this one is an inequality. So, definitely, negative 3 is not included in the solution set. So, we are going to draw a hollow line here, hollow circle here. And then it says greater than negative 3. So, the direction would be all of the numbers here. Okay? So, I'm going to draw straight line. Actually, we can draw it on top of the real line, or you can also draw it here like this. Yan, just like this one. You can also do that. And then put an arrow sign. Okay? And then don't forget the arrow symbol here. So it indicates that that is your solution set. So the solution set here, we have the close interval from -3 to positive infinity. Possible solutions, ito mga ano lang, mga lista lang tayo, no? Okay, this one, -2, -1.5, okay? 0, square root of 2, all of those are greater than -3. Next, x is less than -5/2. -5/2 is equal to 2.5. So, you have -1, -2, nandito sa gitna. Okay, there you go. And then, since it says less than, so lahat ng nasa left ng -5/2 would be the solution for this inequality. Okay. So, we have negative infinity. Ang solution set natin, negative infinity hanggang -5/2. Exclusive, hindi kasama yung -5/2. So, kaya open interval tayo. Possible solutions, lista lang tayo ng kahit at least, kahit kadalawa lang, pwede na. -3, -4.217, -10, and so on. Okay? Number 3. X is greater than or equal to -5. Okay, let's illustrate that. -5, where are you? -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, take note that this one, x is greater than or equal to -5. So, meaning to say, kasama si -5, kaya yung circle na drawing natin dito will be a solid circle. Okay, after that, of course, yung arrow, ayan, okay? The solution set is, we have here half open interval. So, we have -5 to positive infinity. Possible solutions, of course, -5 is included. -4, 10, 12.73. Ayan, random lang. Okay? So, those are some of the possible solutions of this inequality. Now, what if we are going to draw the inequality on the Cartesian coordinate plane? Graph y is greater than 2x minus 3. Okay. Muna natin gawing equality to. So, y is equal to 2x minus 3. Paano tayo nag-graph? Pwede tayong gumamit ng slope-intercept form or eto, naka-slope-intercept form na to. Okay, take note that this one is already in the slope-intercept form. Okay, when x is equal to 0, y is equal to -3. So, let us locate that. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to -3. So, we have -1, -2, -3. Okay, after that, the slope is equal to 2. Take note that slope is rise over run. Okay, your 2 here is equal to 2 over 1. So, it means that your rise is 2, your run is 1. So, rise, that is the increase in y. And then your run, that is the increase in x. Okay, you have 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, going up because it's rise and positive. And then run, positive 1. So, you are moving to the right. Okay, now we already have 2 points. So, it means we can connect them by a line. Okay, let us connect them by a line. Alright, take note that we are graphing an inequality. It says here y is greater than 2x minus 3. What does it mean? Itong line na to, it should have been a broken line. So, it means that the points of this line are not included in the solution of this inequality. Okay, the next step would be to shade the region, the proper region. Okay, so may dalawang parts dito. So, yung left and right parts, or pwede din natin sabihing above or below the line. Okay, the broken line. Ngayon, para malaman natin kung alin yung isi-shade, let us use 0, 0. Using the origin, okay, ito yung origin, di ba? Test natin kung kasama yan sa solution set. Okay, we have 0 is greater than 2 times 0 minus 3. So, ayan yun ha. So, we have y, and then ito naman yung x. Tingnan natin. 0 is greater than negative 3. So, this is correct. So, meaning to say, 0 is a solution. So, kasama si 0 sa isi-shade natin. Okay, this is the region that we are going to shade. Meaning to say, all of the points that lie in this shaded region, lahat yan, isang buo yan, is part of the solution of this inequality. Next, we have here 6x plus 4y is greater than or equal to 12. Okay, let us transform this into an equation so we can solve for the intercepts. Okay, take note that all of the coefficients are even, so we can reduce the entire equation into the lowest form. 3x plus 2y equals 6. So this one, we have a different scenario. Ang binigay sa atin naka-standard equation. Okay, we have, kapag x-intercept, tatakpan nyo lang to. Ibig sabihin, ang y mo 0. Okay, x is equal to 2. 3x equals 6. Divide both sides by 3. X is equal to 2. Y is equal to 0. Okay, that is the x-intercept. Okay, y-intercept. Pag y-intercept naman, tatakpan si 3x. Okay, here y is equal to positive 3. And x is equal to 0. So, this is the y-intercept. Alright. Meron na tayong dalawang points. So, the first one is 2, 0 for the x-intercept. And then y-intercept 0, 3. Alright, contrary to our previous example, dito naka-greater than or equal to 12 tayo. So, meaning to say, the line will be solid. Okay, meaning to say all of the points that lie on this line are included in the solution set of this inequality. Now, tignan natin kung ano yung isi-shade natin na side ng line na ito. Okay, test ulit tayo. I-test natin yung origin. We have 6 times 0 plus 4 times 0. Is it greater than or equal to 12? So, let's see. We have 0 is greater than or equal to 12. So, this is wrong. So, this is false. So, definitely 0, 0 is not a solution. Ibig sabihin, yung shading natin hindi dadaanan yung origin. Wala sa side ng origin. So, we have these. For number 6, we have a system of linear inequalities. Okay, we have 3x minus 4y is greater than 12, 5x minus 3y is less than 15. Okay. May dalawang lines na tayo na idodrawing. So, doon naman tayo sa una, we have 3x minus 4y equals 12. So, gawin nating inequality. Okay, using the intercepts. Sa x-intercept natin, takpan mo yung y. We have 4, 0. Okay, y is 0. Okay, for the y-intercept, Takpan mo yung x. So, we have negative 4y equals 12. So, that would be ang x natin 0, ang y natin negative 3. Okay, x-intercept. Takpan mo yung y. So, you have 5x equals 15. So, divide both sides by 3. Divide both sides by 5. That would be 3, 0. For the y-intercept, takpan mo yung x. 0, negative 5. Okay, let's plot the points. Okay, 4, 0. And then, 0, negative 3. Then, let us connect. Since we are given here a system of linear inequalities, so we should only draw the region that is common to them. Okay, because that region tells us that this region contains the solution set that satisfies both of them. I'm going to erase the shades of that we don't need. Okay? As that is the only region that is common to them. Next, we have the last part of this lecture. Let us translate the following statements into equation or inequality. The price of the mangoes cannot be greater than 24 pesos per kilo. Let x be the price of the mango. Take note that this practice is important because here in operations research, we are going to write some representations of quantities. Okay, the equivalent representation of that would be, we have x is less than or equal to 24. So this is our representation. So it means that x should be at least 24 pesos. It cannot be greater than that. But it can be equal to 24. Next, the allowable weight for a particular canned tuna may be more or less 1 gram from the standard net weight. The standard net weight is 150 grams. Let me just write the representation. Okay, let x be the allowable weight of canned tuna. So take note that it is more convenient than the one that I did earlier, that I wrote the words let x be the. Okay, pwede tayo mag-equal sign na mismo. So let x be equal to the allowable weight of canned tuna. Okay, here we have 1 gram. The standard net weight is 150 grams. So it means that x should be less than or equal to 151 but greater than or equal to 149. Okay, naglalaro lang dapat dyan sa within that interval. Take note that this means that close interval 149 to 151. Pwede maging value mo dyan 149, 149.5, 149.99, 150, the standard. And then 150.71. Basta hindi lalagpas sa 151 at saka 149. Number 3. Okay, we have let x be the GWA of students with flying colors. Okay, it says here for students who wish to graduate with flying colors, the GWA per term is at least 2.5. You have now reached the end of this discussion. You are highly encouraged to answer the following exercise.